Namaskaram.
Namaskaram. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyahe Sarva Vignopashantahe Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Bhavetvishabhai Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Agajanana Patmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantamupasmahe Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Gurave Sarva Lokanam Bishaje Bhavaroginam Nitaye Sarva Vidyanam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Asmad Guru Charanaravindrabhyam Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Jnananandamaయం Devam Nirmalasphatiकाकृतिम् Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Shri Hayagrivamupaasmahe Shri Hayagrivamurthaye Namaha Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha Uma Komala Hastabja Sambhavitalatakam Hiranyakundalam Vande Kumaram Pushkarasrajam வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு ஹரஹரோஹரா லோகவீத்யம் மகாபூஜ்யம் சர்வரக்ஷாகரம் விபும் பார்வதி ஹிருதயானந்தம் சாஸ்தாரம் பிரணமாம்யஹம் சுவாமியே சரணமையப்பா वागर्ताविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्त प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ श्री पार्वती परमेश्वराभ्यां नमः कोमलं पूजयन् वेणुं श्यामलोऽयं कुमारकः वेदवेद्यं परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीनाथ नारायण वासुदेव पीताम्बरं करविराजितचक्रशङ्खकौमोदकी सरसिजं करुणासमुद्रं राधासहायम् अतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं वातालयेशम् अनिशं हृदि भावयामि कृष्णो रक्षतु मां चराचरगुरुः कृष्णं नमस्ये सदा कृष्णेनैव सुरक्षितो अहमसकृत् कृष्णाय दत्तं मनः कृष्णादेव समुद्भवो मम विभो कृष्णस्य दासोऽस्म्यहं कृष्णे भक्तिरचञ्चलास्तु भगवन् हे कृष्ण तुभ्यं नमः श्रीगुरुवायूरप्पा शरणं नम्राणां सन्निधत्ते सततमपि पुरस्तैर्नभ्यर्थितानपि अर्थान् कामानजस्रं वितरति परमानन्दसान्द्रां गतिं च इत्थं निःशेषलभ्यो निरवधिकफलः पारिजातो हरे त्वं क्षुद्रं तं शक्रवाटी ध्रुममभिलषति व्यर्थमर्त्यव्रजोऽयं श्रीगुरुवायूरप्पा शरणं श्रीभट्टपादम् अनिशं हृदि भावयामि वंशी विभूषितकरात् नवनीरधाभात् पीताम्बरात् अरुणबिम्बफलादरोष्टात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने കൈരണ്ടും കൂപ്പി ഞാൻ വീണ്ടും ഇറക്കുന്നു നീരജലോചന നിന്നോടായി ഗീതീനു മഞ്ഞനെ കുമ്പിടേണ്ട തോറു രീതിയിൽ നീ എന്നെ പാലിക്കെന്നായി കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ കൃഷ്ണ ഹരേ ജയ Krishna Hare Jaya Krishna Hare. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the class. Okay, so we'll start with we'll do a quick review of the Shakam 5 today. So Radha, can you do one half, and then Ravi, can you do one half, second half?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead, Radha.
Yeah, sure. Virat Purushottama उत्पत्तिकारवर्णनम् व्यक्ताव्यक्तमिदं न किञ्चिदभवत् प्राक्-प्राकृतपक्षये मायायां गुणसाम्यरुद्धविकृतौ त्वया गतायां लयम् नो मृत्यश्च तदामृतं च समभूत् नान्योन्न रात्रे स्थितिः तत्रैकस्तमक्षिप्यथा किल परा नन्दप्रकाशात्मना.
Just a small correction. Second line, last word. Tvaya gatayam. This is a half ya and then a full ya. Tvaya gatayam. Okay.
Tvaya gatayam layam.
Keep it.
कालकर्म गुणाश्च जीवनिवहाः विश्वं च कार्यं विभो लीलारतिमेयुषि त्वयि तदा निर्लीनतामाययुः तेषां नैव वदन्त्य सत्त्वमयि भोः शक्त्यात्मना तिष्ठतां नो चेत् किं गगनप्रसूनसदृशां भूयो भवेत् सम्भवः एवं च विपरार्धकालविगता वीक्षांसि सृक्षात्मिकां बिभ्राणे त्वयि चक्षुभे त्रिभुवने भावाय माया स्वयं मायातः खलु शक्तिरखिला दृष्टं स्वभावोऽपि च प्रादुर्भूय गुणान् विकास्य विदधोः तस्य सहायक्रियाम्.
Rather, on the second line, after tvai, there is a comma in the second line. And then the next word is, yeah, and then this chukshube. I think you said chakshube. Chukshube
tribhuvani.
Yeah, and then third line, adhe mari mayatah khalu, and then there is a comma. Okay.
Kalu angya.
After that, yeah.
Mayatah khalu kala shaktirakila drishtam swabhavopi cha प्रादुर्भूय गुणान् विकास्य विदधो तस्या सहायक्रियां माया सन्निहितो प्रविष्ट वपुषा साक्षीति गीतो भवान् वेदस्तां प्रतिबिम्बितो विविशवान् जीवोऽपि नैवापरः कालादिप्रतिबोधितार्थ भवता सञ्चोदिताच्च स्वयं माया सा खलु बुद्धितत्त्व मसुजत् योऽस्यौ महानुच्यते. Correct adu?
Yosau, not yosyo. Yosau mahanuchyate.
Yosau mahanuchyate.
And then my last line, after khalu, there is a comma in the fourth line. Okay. Maya sa khalu.
Maya sa khalu buddhi tattvam ala?
Yeah. Buddhi tattvam asrijat yosau mahanuchyate.
Okay. Maya sa khalu buddhi tattvam sraj yosau mahanuchyate. तत्रासौ त्रिगुणात्मकोऽपि च महान् सत्त्वप्रधान स्वयं जीवेऽस्मिन् खलु निर्विकल्पम् अह इत्युद्बोधानिषात्पदकः.
Ahamit. So aham ityudbodha.
Aham ityudbodhanishatpadakah. Nishpadakah. Chakresmin savikalpabodhakamaham tattvam mahan khalvasau samhushtam trigunostavoti bahulam vishnodbhavet pereranat. Soham.
Sogam satriguna kramat trividatam asatya vaigarigo Bhuyas Dejatadamasa Vidhi Bhavan Atyena Sattvatmana Devanintriyam Manino Grida Tiso Vadarka Pasyasvino Vanhindrachuda Mitragan Viduvitish Sirudra Sarirakan Bhuman Manasa Buddhyaham Kridimila Chiddagya Vridyan Vidam Dachanda Karanam Vibodhava Palat Vamsayeva Srujat चादस्दैजसदो दशेन्द्रियगणः तत्तामसां सात् पुनः तन्मात्रं नभसोऽमृतपुरपदे सप्तो जनित्वत्पलाद् सप्ताप्योम तदस सदर्जित विभो सपस्सं तदो मारुतं तन्मातृपमदो महो दशरसं दोयं सगन्धं महिम् एवं माधव पूर्वकलनात् आद्याद्य धर्मान्विदं बोधक्राममिमं त्वमेव भगवन् प्रागासयस्तामसात् एते भूतगणोस्ततेन्द्रियगणाः देवक्षदादाक्पृथङ् नोसो से गुर्भुवनाण्डनिर्मितिवितौ देवैरमीभिस्तदा त्वं नानाविधसुक्तिभिर्नुदगुणः तत्त्वान्यमूल्याविसन् श्रेष्ठाशक्तिं उदीर्य दानि कटयन् हैरण्यमण्डं व्यदाः अंडं तत्कलु पूर्वसृष्ट सलिले दिट्टत्सहस्रं समाह निर्बिन्दन्न कृदा चतुर्दश जगत् रूपं विराडाह्वयं सागस्त्रैकरपादमूर्तनिवहै निःशेष जीवात्मगो निर्बाधोऽसि मरुत्पुरादिवसमां त्रायस्व सर्वामयात्.
Parabrahmane Namaha. The third line, Ravi. Karapada Murdhanivahaihi. Anga Visarga irukku, okay.
So you want me to repeat?
It's just that one word you just repeat, right? The saga. Yeah.
The sagastre karapada murdhanivahaihi nishesha jivatmago. Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, very good. All right. So let's continue with Dasakam 6. So Dasakam 6 is very, very important chapter. Like I think for those of you who have heard Purusha Suktam, say getting chanted in the temples, but say, you know what, I'm not able to chant Purusha Suktam, then you just chant Dasakam 6, right? That's the equivalent of that essentially. So it is Virat Dehasya Jagadatma Varnanam, so which is a description of the Virat form of the Lord, which is the form of the Lord as the 14 worlds, as the entire cosmos, right? So it just describes how if the 14 worlds which we saw in the end of the previous Dasakam, the Brahmandam was formed, and then we saw how the Lord Bhagavan himself went into the Brahmandam and then created all the 14 layers of the world. So we saw that Bhuva, Suva, then, you know, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satya Lokam, then Rasa, Tala, all the 14 worlds we saw. So if you think of all the 14 worlds and everything that exists inside the world, and then you represent it in a form of the Lord, that is the description of this form, which is a description of the form with the 14 words and everything inside of it. That is the Virat Purusha. So the various terms here, Virat just means large, right? But in this context, Virat means the entire cosmos. So Virat Purusha is the Purusha, one who represents the 14 worlds. Virat Rupam is just the form of that Purusha represented by the 14 words. It's just slight difference in all of this terminology, but essentially it means just the Lord in those 14 words, right? Okay, so let me see who I had for today. Gayatri, you can be a student for the first half. And then Malini, can you be student for the first half?
Sorry, I don't have a voice.
Your throat is also gone.
Horrible. Yeah,
No problem. Anita, can you be?
Sorry about that.
No worries. Yeah, your voice is completely gone. Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Stanza 1.
Rajeshri,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Rajeshri, I'll go second. First, let Anita go.
Okay, sure. Stanza 1. Evam chaturdash jaganmayatam gatasya पातालमीश तव पादतलं वदन्ति पादोर्ध्वदेशमपि देवरसातलं ते गुल्फद्वयं खलु महातलमद्भुतात्मन्. This chapter, there's nothing much to explain. I'm just literally going to be saying what is already there, because it is just saying how the various parts. So when you start first, you start from the bottom of the 14 words. So we say the bottom 7 words, we said Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala, Patala. We said bottom 7 words. Now you imagine the form of the Lord, and then you start from the base of his feet. She says, "Oh Lord, one, you who has taken that form of the Virat Purusha, which is the form of the 14 worlds, right? So first it starts off by telling your two ankles, your feet at the very bottom, right? The first it starts the sole, the very bottom of your feet. That is the patala. That's the very first bottommost world, which is the patala. And then you kind of keep going up and say the upper region of your feet. So the bottom region of your feet is patala. The upper region of your feet is rasatala, which is the one world which is above that. And then your ankles, when you come up, is mahatala. And then the lower portion of your feet is the patala, rasatala. Those are the main things here. I think, yeah, mahatala are your ankles. So the three words which are described here are patala, rasatala, mahatala, which is just the Lord's bottommost portion of the feet, the bottom of the feet, top of the feet, and then the ankles. Those are three words here. So evam chaturdasha jagan mayatam gatasya, comma, patalam isha tava padatalam badanti, short e, padordva deshamapi deva rasatalam te, comma, gulpadvayam khalu mahatalam adbhudatman. Evam chaturdash jaganmayatam gatasya patalamīša tava padatalam vadanti padordvadeshamapi deva rasatalam te gulpadvayam khalu mahatalam adbhudatman.
Evam satursha Evam saturdasa jaganmayatam katasya patalamisha tava padatalam vatati patortva deshamabhideva rasatalam te kulpatvayam kalu mahatalam adbhutatman. Evam saturdasha jaganmayatam katasya patalamisha tava padatalam vatanti patortva deshamavideva rasatalam te kulpatvayam kalu mahatalam adbhutatman.
Evam chadurdasha jaganmayatam gadasya patalamisha tava padatalam vadanti pado.
Vadanti, that's the end of that line.
Okay. Evam chadurdasha jaganmayatam gadasya patalamisha tava padatalam vadanti padortava tva deshamabhideva rasatalam te kulpadvayam kalu mahatalam madbhudatman.
And that's what you can break it. Mahatalam adbhudatman.
Evam chadurdasha jaganmayatam kadasya padalamisa tava padatalam vadanti padortva deshamabhideva rasatalam te kulpatvayam khalu mahatalam adbhudatman.
Answer 2. Jange tala talamato sutalam cha janu kinchorubhagayugalam vitala tale dve shonitalam jaganamambaramanganabihi vakshascha chakranilayastava chakrapane. So chakrapane means the one who wields the discus. So now if you start coming kind of up, right? He says, now we came to the bottom of the feet, what he said, that ankles we said were mahatala. So if you go above the ankle in the feet, then the portion of the leg, which is between the knee and the ankle. So those are talatala, because he's just going up the order. That is talatala. Your knees, the two knees that you have, which is the jam, that is the kinchor bhaga yugalam. So the knees are sutala here, which is going up. Then the thigh region, when you go above the knees, the thigh region, both of your thighs are Bithala and Athala, which are the other two regions there. Then you go up. So now you kind of come through the 7. Then you go up. Your hip region is the Bhuhu, which is the 8th one, which is from the bottom. So that is Bhuhu. And then your Nabhi is Jaganam Ambaram Anga Nabhi. Your Nabhi is Ambaram. Your stomach is the sky. The navel is the sky, not the stomach. The navel is the sky region. And your chest is the place where Shakra resides. So Shakra refers to Indra. So that is represented the Indra Loka, which is your chest, which is Vaksham. Right? So Jange Tala Talamato Sutalam Cha Janu, long U, comma, Kinchoru Bhaga Yugalam Vitala Tale Dve Kshoni Talam Jaganam Ambaram Anga. 3 words there. You can say it together also. Jaganam Ambaram Anga Nabihi. So put a visarga at the end of that line, comma. Next line on top of that va, if you have a ir, that goes away. Vakshascha Shakra Nilayas Tava Chakrapani. So the second letter is Sha sound. The last letter is Cha sound. Okay. Jange Tala Talamato Sutalam Chajanu Kincho Rubhaga Yugalam Vitala Tale Dve Kshoni Talam Jaganam Ambharamangana Bihi Vakshascha Shakranilayastava Chakrapani.
Jange tala talamota sutalam sajanu kincho parubaka yugalam vitala tale dve shoni talam jaganam ambararamanga nabihi vakshasha shukranlayastava chakrapani.
So on the first and the last line is Chakra. Vakshascha Shakranilayas.
Vakshascha chakranilayastva chakrapani.
Rather than the second line, I think second line or something. Kinchoru Bhaga.
Kinchoru. Okay. Jange tala moto. Sorry.
Talamato.
Talamato. Jange tala talamato sutalam cha janu kinchoru bhaga yuga kalam vitala talave shoni talam jaganam ambaramanga nabihi vakshasha shukranilayastava chakrapani.
Again, in the last line you're saying Shukra. Vakshascha Shakranilaya.
Vakshasya chakranilayastava chakrapani.
Jange tala talamato stalam sutalam cha janu kincho rubaga yugalam vitala tale dve shoni talam jaganam ambaramangana bihi pakshascha sakranilayastava chakrabane. Jange tala talamato sutalam cha janu kincho rubaga yugalam vitala tale dve shoni talam jaganam ambaramangana bihi pakshascha sakranilayastava chakrabane.
That's a 3. Griva Mahastava Mukam Cha Janastapastu Phalam Shirastava Samasta Mayasya Satyam Evam Jaganmayatano Jagadashtritairya Yanyet Nibhaddava Pushe Bhagavan Namaste. Bhagavan Namaste. Most salutations to you who, if you keep going up, right? So we thought the Swarga, we saw the navel was the sky, then we went to the Swargaloka, which is your Paksham, which is your chest area. So then it says the Mahar Loka is your neck, which is Griva, which is your neck. Then Mukam Cha Janaha, so which is the Jana Loka, which is your face, your Tapa Loka, which is your forehead, and the Satya Loka, where Brahma resides, is your head. So this way, the 14 worlds which were described are, if you just kind of imagine the Lord standing, then from the bottom of his feet to the top of his head are the 14 worlds in that order. So he says this way, all the 14 worlds and the things which are inside of the 14 worlds, which is going to come later, are all conceived into this form of yours. To that form of yours, my salutations. Bhagavan Namaste. Griva Mahastava Mukam Cha Janas Tapastu, comma, Phalam Shirastava Samasta Mayasya Satyam Evam Jagan Mayatano. So the end of this line, you have to put a plus. So it will be a little difficult to say this, but Jagadashri is easy to, you see what is easy for you, but Jagadashri okay? So that kind of flows together. Jagadashri Nibhadda Vapushe Bhagavan Namaste. Griva Mahastava Mukam Cha Janastapastu Phalam Shirastava Samastamayasya Satyam Evam Jaganmayatano Jagadashritayirapyanyair Nibhadda Vapushe Bhagavan Namaste.
Griva mahastava muham janastapastu palam shirastava samastamayasya tatyam evam jaganmayatano jagatashri evam jagadmayatano jagadashri jagadashritayirap anair
Yenye. So that ip which is there in the next line, right? You kind of imagine that to be continuous, right? Jagadashritayirapyanyer.
Jagadashtrirairapyanyer nipastava pushe bhavan namaste. Kriva mahastava mukham cha janastavastu palam shirastava samastamayasta satyam evam jagan mayato jagat jagadashriyaistrayanye nipastava pushe bhavan namaste.
Yeah, just Radha Kunja, you can just practice. Jagadashritayirap.
Shri sorry.
Yep.
Jagadashtriyairanyas nipastava pusha.
Jagadashritayirap.
Okay. Tairap Anyer. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you.
ग्रीवामगस्तव मुखं च जनस्तपस्तु पालं चिरस्तव समस्तमयस्य सत्यम् एवं जगन्मयतनो जगदाश्री तैरभि अन्यैर्निपत्तव पुषे भगवन् नमस्ते.
So the way you said it, Jagadashritayirapi Anyair are the two words, but you can't say like that together in Sanskrit. The api and a will become pya, right? So Jagadashritayirapyanyair, that's right.
Be Anyair, right?
Yeah, Yanyair. So
Yanyair.
if you separate them out, it is Jagadashritayirapi Anyair Nibaddava Pushe. That's the right, if you break those words. But when those two words come together in the Sandhi, it becomes Jagadashritayirapyanyair.
Okay. ग्रीवामगस्तव मुखं च जनस्तपस्तु पालं चिरस्तव समस्तमयस्य सत्यम् एवं जगन्मयतनो जगादाश्री तैरभियन्यैर्निबद्धव भुषे भगवन् नमस्ते.
And support. Twadbrahmarandra Padamishwara Vishwakandha Chandamsi Keshava Ghanastava Keshapashaha Ullasi Chilli Yugalam Druhinasya Geham Pakshmani Ratri Divasau Savita Chanetre. So we spoke about the 14 words. Now he's continuing that, you, O Lord, who is the Vishwakanda, Ishwara, the one who is the Lord of the universe. So now when you think of it, the Brahmarandra, which is the top of the crown, he says that's the Vedas, which is where all of the intelligence is residing. Then your beautiful hair that you have, Kesha Pashaha, Ghana Kesha Pasha, which is like lustrous hair, are like the clouds which are actually up in the sky. Then the eyebrows are where Brahma is actually sitting, as your eyebrows. Your eyelashes are the day and night. Pakshmani Ratri Divaso. It's a day and night are your eyelashes which are there. And your eyes, Savitacha Netre, your eyes themselves are the sun. So even in Purusha Suktam, it says Chaksho Surya Ajayata. It comes, your eyes are the sun. So Tvat Brahmarandra Padamishwara Vishwakandha, comma, Chandamsi Keshava Ghanas Tava Kesha Pashaha Ullasi Chilli Yugalam Druhinasya Geham, comma, Pakshmani Ratri Divasau Savita Cha Netre. Brahmarandra Padamishwara Vishwakandha Chandamsi Keshava Ghanastava Kesha Pashaha Ullasi Chilli Yugalam Druhinasya Geham Pakshmani Ratri Divasau Savita Cha Netre.
Very sorry to interrupt. Is it Netre or Netrai?
Netre.
And it's with an
Netre.
E. Okay. I have it as Netrai. Okay, thank you.
Tvat Brahmarantara Padamishwara Vishwakanta Chantamsi Keshava Chantamsi Keshava Nastava Keshavashaha Ullasi Chilliyukakalam Druhanyasa Keham Pakshmani Ratri Divasau Savita Netre Tvat Brahmantra
Brahmarandra. That's one word. Try to say it as one. Brahmarandra.
Tvat Brahmarandra Mata Tvat Brahmarandra Pata Vishwakanta Santam Sikeshava Keshapasaha Ullasi Chilliyukakalam Druhanyasya Keham Pakshmani Ratri Vasau Savita Shate Sanetre.
And the second line, first word, Chandamsi.
Chandamsi Keshava Keshavasha. Thank you.
Gayatri.
Dvat Brahmarandra Padamishwara Vishwagandha Chandamsi Keshava Ganastava Keshabashaha Ullasi Chilliyugalam Drihinasya Kegam Pakshmani Ratri Devasau Savita Chanetre Dvat Brahmarandra Padamishwara Vishwagandha Chandamsi Keshava Ganastava Keshabashaha Ullasi Chilliyugalam Drihinasya Keham Pakshmani Ratri Devasau Savita Chanetre.
Sounds okay. Nishesha Vishwarachana Cha Kataksha Mokshaha Karnau Dishoshvi Yugalam Tavanasike Dve Lobhatrape Cha Bhagavanna Dharottaroštau Tara Ganascha Dashana Shamanascha Damshtra. It goes on to say that, like we saw in the Dasakam 5, that you just with an ikshana, with just your glance, you are able to create the entire universe. Somebody says the whole world is just a creation of you with just one glance of yours. And the ears, the karnau, that is supposed to be disha shrotra, it comes in Purusha Suktam. The ears are all the directions, because from where sound can travel. So the ears are all the directions. Then your two nostrils, tava nasike dve, are the Ashwini Devatas, or your nostrils. Then the stars which are actually shining, or the suns which are shining in the sky, those are your teeth, because your teeth is shining so well. And Yama, Dasha, these are your molars. The molars are Dhamshra Shamanaha. Lord Yama is your molars. Don't ask me why Lord Yama is a molar. I don't know that, but that's what, like I said, this one is just going to be, I can't give any more detailed explanation than what is already here. Nishesha Vishwa Rachana Cha Kataksha Mokshaha, comma, Karnau Dishoshvi, that comes as one word, Dishoshvi Yugalam Tava Nasike Dve Lobhatrape Cha Bhagavanna Dharotta Roshtau. So double it and ata coming. Na Dharotta Roshtau, comma. Tara Ganascha Dashanaha is there. Put a ish to join. Dashanash Shamanascha Damshtra. So this word has a lot of sha. The last line has a lot of shas in there. So be careful. It's Tara Ganascha Dashanash Shamanascha Damshtra. निःशेष विश्वरचना च कटाक्ष मोक्षः कर्णौ दिशोश्वियुगलं तव नासिके द्वे लोभत्रपे च भगवन्न धरोत्तरोष्टौ तारागणाश्च दशनाः शमनश्च दंष्ट्रा
निःशेष विश्वरसनाश कटाक्ष मोक्षः कर्णौ दिशोश्वियुगलं तव नासिके द्वे लोभत्रवेश भगवन् त्रोत्रौष्टौ
धरोत्तरोष्टौ
लोभत्रवेश भगवन् दरोत्रौष्टौ
Darotha, there's a it and a tha there. So Darotha Roshtau.
दरोतरोष्टौ तारगणाश्च तारागणाश्च रतनाश्च. Can you repeat that, Miss?
Yeah, Taraganascha Dashanash. Dashanash.
दशनाश्च
And the word you have to say each word separately, right? Slowly. So Taraganascha Dashanash Shamanascha Damshtra.
Damshtra. Taraganascha Dashana Samascha Damshtra.
Yeah, and between the Dashana and Shamanascha, there is a ish which is joining it. So Taraganascha Dashanash Shamanascha Damshtra, because Visarga is there, right? That becomes an ish.
निःशेष विश्वरसनाश कटाक्ष मोक्षः कर्णौ दिशोस्वियुगलं तव नासिके त्वे लोभत्रवेह बहवन् तरोत्तरोष्टौ तारागणा च तनाश्च समश्च दंष्ट्रा तमनश्च समनश्च दंष्ट्रा.
Yeah, because a lot of shas are coming, you just say each word separately for now, right? That's easier.
Thank you.
निःशेष विश्वरचना च घटाक्ष मोक्षः कर्णौ दिशोऽस्पि युगलं तव नासिके द्वे लोभत्रवे च भगवन् तरोद्धरोष्टौ तारागणाश्च रदनाश्च दशनाश्च.
No, I think the last line. Tara Ganascha Dashanash Shamanascha Damshtra.
ராஜேஷ் புக்ல வந்து ரதனா தான் போட்டிருக்கு.
இல்ல Dashana. So change it to
மாத்திக்கணும். Yeah, that we change.
Ganascha Dashana.
तारागणाश्च दशनाश्च समश्च नश्च दंष्ट्रा.
Rajesh,
Yeah.
I have a question. In the Dashana Aprama, is there a Visarga there?
Yeah, that's why it's Dashanaha is there, right? Right now in the book. That's why you
ille
put the ish.
Dashanaha illa adu. Dashanan irukku.
Oh, okay.
Dashanashamanascha.
Yeah, it should be Dashanaha. Visarga is there. That's why you replace that Visarga with the ish when you're joining it. That's why it's Tara Ganascha Dashanash Shamanascha Damshtra. Okay, I'm going to Visarga irukku. So you put that ish to join that, replace that Visarga.
Okay. Adu one word, right? Adu?
Yeah, Dashanash Shamanascha. Those are two words, but then the ish will become the joining letter between those two words.
Sir, thank you.
निःशेष विश्वरचनाश्च घटाक्ष मोक्षः कर्णौ दिशोऽस्वि युगलं तव नासिके द्वे लोभस्त्रभे च भगवन्नतरोद्धरोष्टौ तारागणाश्च दशनाश्चमश्च दंष्ट्रा.
There's a bit of a tongue twister. So, stanza 6. Maya vilasa hasitam shwasitam samiro jihwa jalam vachanamisha shakunta panktihi siddhadaya swaragana mukarandramagnihi deva bhujastanayugam tava dharma devaha. Yes. Maya vilasa hasitam. Your very broad and charming smile that you have is like it creates an illusion, right? So it says that is Maya. The smile that you have is the Maya itself. The breath that is actually going through in and out of your nose, that is the wind which is there. Then Jihwa Jalam, the tongue of yours is water which is there everywhere. And then it says the Mukarandram Agnihi, which is I think that Mukarandram Agnihi comes even in Vishnu Sahasranamam, right? Which says your mouth is the fire. So that is the fire, and then the gods, all the various gods who are there are your arms, and your breast, Sthanayugam, is the Dharma Deva. That is where Dharma Deva is actually sitting. So Maya Vilasa Hasitam Shwasitam. So it's Shwa, SHVA. Think of it that way. Shwasitam Samiro, comma. Jihwa Jalam Vachanamisha Shakunta Panktihi. Siddhadayaha are there. Put a is to join. Siddhadayas Swaragana Mukarandram Agnihi. So put a visarga at the end of that line. Mukarandram Agnihi. Visarga and comma. Next line on top of the Deva, the ir, if you have, you can remove it off. So Deva Bhujaha is there. Put a is to join. Bhujas Sthanayugam Tava Dharma Devaha. Maya Vilas. Sorry.
Repeat the last line, sir. Mukarandra.
Mukarandram Agnihi. Okay. Mukarandram Agnihi. Mukarandram is your mouth. Agni is fire. Maya Vilasa Hasitam Shwasitam Samiro Jihwa Jalam Vachanamisha Shakunta Panktihi Siddhadaya Swaragana Mukarandram Agnihi Tadeva Bhujastanayugam Tava Dharma Devaha.
Maya vilasa hasitam swasitam samiro jihva jalam vasamisha shakunta panktihi siddhadayas swarahana mukarantam agnihir tadeva pujajas tadanayuham tava dharma
Devaha.
Devaha.
In the third line, Anita, Mukarandram Agnihi. I think you said Agnir. So when the ir goes away, that you put a visarga and a comma there. So Mukarandram Agnihi.
Maya vilasa hasitam swasitam samiro jihva jalam vasanamisha sakunta panktihi siddhadayaswarahana mukarandam agnihi tadevo pujasta tanayugam tava dharma devaha.
And the fourth line, first word, you are saying something different. It's just Deva.
Oh, sorry, sir. Mukarandam Agnihi Deva.
And Mukarandram Agnihi, end of third line. Fourth line beginning is Deva Bhujas.
Oh, it is not Tadeva?
No, there's no Tha there. That's why I think you are saying something different. Just Deva.
Deva.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Maya vilasa hasitam swasitam samiro jihva jalam vasanami sakunta bhanktihi siddhadaya swaragana mukarantramagnihi deva bhujastanayugam tava dharma deva. Maya vilasa hasitam swasitam samiro Jihva jalam vasanamisha sakunta bhanktihi siddhadaya swaragana mukarandram agnihi deva
तनयुगं तव धर्मदेव
Devaha.
देवः
Stanza 7. Prishtam twadharma iha deva manassudhamshuhu avyaktameva hridayambujam ambujaksha kukshis samudra nivaha vasanam tu sandhye shepa prajapatirasau vrishanau chamitraha. Says adharma. So the back of you, which is your prishtam, the back of you is the of your form is the unrighteousness. The adharmam that is there is the back, because you leave that adharmam when you're actually looking at the Lord. So the back of you is the adharmam. Then manas sudham shuhu, your mind is the moon. So that's why even in Purusha Suktam it says Chandrama manaso jhataha. Your mind is the moon, which is there. Then your heart, which is actually there, hridayam bujam ambujaksha. Oh, your heart, lotus like heart of yours, right, is the things which is avyaktam, which is things which are unmanifested, which is all which is not yet manifested, is all in your heart. Then the oceans, samudra nivahaha, the oceans which are there, the waters everywhere in the world, that is in your, that's your abdomen. Then the sandhye, which is like the dawn and the dusk, the various times, are the garments that you are actually wearing, which change colors. Then the Prajapati, who is the creator, the Prajapatis who we are going to see later, who are the ones who create all the beings in the world, those are your generative organs. Your organs are your other Prajapatis. Prishtham twadharma iha deva manaha, put a is manas sudhamshuhu. So put a visarga and comma into that line. Manas sudhamshuhu. Next line, the ravyaktameva ra goes away, becomes avyaktameva hridayambujam ambujaksha. So it's a hridaya, ambujam, ambujaksha. Three different words there. So ambuja generally means lotus. So your one who is ambujaksha, one who has lotus like eyes, hridayambujam, your heart is also like a lotus, right? So hridayambujam ambujaksha. Kukshihi is there, put a is. Kukshis samudra nivaha vasanam tu sandhye, comma. Shepaha is there, put a F to join. Shepah prajapatirasau vrishanau cha mitraha. At some point, when you'll get comfortable, you don't have to put this is and F to join. The moment you see the sandhi, you see what letter is coming next. And if it is pa, pa, and everything like Prajapati becomes an F. If it is sa, it becomes an is, right? So the rule always remains constant, right? Prishtham twadharma iha deva manassudamshuhu avyaktameva hridayambujam ambujaksha kukshis samudra nivaha vasanam tu sandhye shepah prajapatirasau vrishanau cha mitraha.
Brushtam tvadarma iha deva manas sudamshuhu avyaktamaiva hridayambujam ambujaksha kukshi samudra nivaha vasamnatu sandhye Shepra prajatis rasau vrishanau samitraha.
Yeah, last word, Anita. Shepah prajapatirasau.
Shepa prajat pratirasau vrishanau samigraha. Brushtam tvadarmam ikadeva sotam shuhu avyaktameva hridayam pujam ambujaksha kushihi samudra gukshik samudra nivahava vasanam tu sandhye. Sorry, can you read?
Kukshis samudra nivaha vasanam tu sandhye.
Gukshik samudra nivaha vasamnatu sandhye shepa prajati rasau vrishanau samitraha. Sorry, sir. It's tongue twisting.
Brishtam
Rajeshri,
Ah.
what is the meaning of Prishtam Twadharma?
So, to see, it's Prishtam to Adharma, two different words. Prishtam is back. Okay, the back. So the back of you is Adharma, is the back, not one which is not right.
Brishtam tu dharma ikadeva manas Sudamshuhu avyaktameva hridayam bujam ambujaksha Kukshis samudra tu sandhe Sheba prajapadirasau vrikshanau chamitraham Brishtam twadharmaikadeva manasudamshuhu avyaktameva hridayam bujam ambujaksha Kukshis samudra tu sandhe Sheba prajabidirasau vrikshanau chamitraham.
Okay, we'll switch halfway. So Mridula ji, you can be a student, and Venkat Garu, you can be a student. Stanza 8. Shroni stalam mrigagana padayornakhaste hastyushtra saindhava mukhaha gamanam tu kalaha vipradi varna bhavanam vadanabjabahu charu ruyugma charanam karunam bhudete. It goes on to say that your lower back is the Shroni Sthalam is the lower back of you is the where all the animals are. That represents where the animal worlds are there. Then all the animals like the camels, the elephants, the horses, which are on 4 feet. So they are actually the nails of you is that. Then Gamanam to Kalaha, the movement that you do is time. So when you move, time changes, it's the time. Then the main thing, the 4 varnas which are there. So the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they all emanate from 4 different parts of the Lord. So it's also there in Purusha Suktam also, it says Brahmano osya mukamasit bahu rajanya kritaha uru tadasya yad vaishyah padvyahum shudro ajayata. That's what's there in Purusha Suktam. Same thing is here. It says your face is from where the Brahmanas come, because the Brahmins are supposed to say mantras, right? So it comes from the face. Then your arms are the Kshatriyas, because anyone says I'm strong, they look at the arms. So the Kshatriyas are coming from your arms. Your thighs are where the Vaishyas come from, and your feet is where the Shudras come from. Now, it should not be interpreted in the wrong manner, because even Bhattaripat says the most important part of your feet, of your body, is your feet. So by saying the Shudras are coming from the feet, the meaning is not that they are lower. Shudra is a type of varna, the type of work they do, right? The Shudras. And because they do a lot of hard work, your feet, does a lot of hard work. That's why it's representing there. And anyway, the feet is the most important part of the Lord's body. So it's not being misrepresented here. Anyway, it says the 4 varnas which are there are coming from each of your body part. Shroni sthalam mriga ganaha. Put a F, mriga ganah. Padayor nakhaste, and then put a plus. Hastyushtra saindhava mukhaha. So put a visarga there. You will not have it in your book. Put a visarga mukhaha and then a comma. Gamanam tu kalaha. Vipradi varna bhavanam vadanabja bahu, and then put a plus. Charuru yugma charanam karunam bhudete. So the last 2 lines are together. Shroni stalam mrigaganah padayornakhaste hastyushtra saindhava mukhaha gamanam tu kalaha vipradi varna bhavanam vadanabjabahu charu ruyugma charanam karunam bhudete.
Shroni stalam mrigaganah padayornakaste hastyushtra saintava mukhaha gamanam tu kala vipradi.
Kalaha, that ends that line.
Kala. Oh, there's a
Gamanam
stop.
tu kalaha, that ends the second line.
Thank you. So is there a stop between mukhaha and gamanam?
After mukhaha, there's a comma there, yeah. So hastyushtra saindhava mukhaha gamanam tu kalaha.
Okay. हस्त्युष्ट्रसैन्दव मुखाः गमनं तु कालः विप्रादिवर्णभवनं वदनाब्जबाहु चारूरुयुग्मचरणं करुणाम्बुधे ते श्रोणीस्थलं मृगगणाः पदयो नगास्ते हस्त्युष्ट्रसैन्दव मुखाः गमनं तु कालः विप्रादिवर्णभवनं वदनाब्जबाहु चारूरुयुग्मचरणं करुणाम्बुधे ते
श्रोणीस्थलं मृगगणाः पदयोर्नखास्ते हस्त्युष्ट्रसैन्धवमुखाः गमनं तु कालः विप्रादिवर्णभवनं वदनाब्जबाहुः चारुरुयुग्मचरणं करणाम्बुधे ते.
Venkat Garu, that after the second line after Mukaha there is a comma, okay, and then third line after Bahu there is no Visarga, just Bahu Charu. Yeah.
श्रोणीस्थलं मृगगणाः पदयोर्नखास्ते हस्त्युष्ट्रसैन्धवमुखाः गमनं तु कालः विप्रादिवर्णभवनं वदनाब्जबाहु चारूरुयुग्मचरणं करणाम्बुधे ते.
संसार चक्रमयि चक्रधर क्रियास्ते वीर्यं महासुरगणोऽस्ति कुलानि शैलाः नाट्य सरित् समुदयस्तरवश्च रोम जीयादिदं वपुर निर्वचनीयमीश. Oh, Chakradhara, the one who was discussed. So the activity, so the whole wheel of samsara, like say the wheel of time, you know, all the things that goes through is the activities that you do is what, you know, your activity is the wheel of samsara. Then the asuras, your strength, the prowess that you have are the asuras. The mountains which are there everywhere in the universe are your bones. The rivers which are actually there are the blood streams inside of your body. And the trees which are there everywhere, the flora is your hair, which are the trees. And it says that it goes on to describe various parts of the body, right? And it says this form of yours, which we described as a Virat form, which is kind of coming to an end, may this always be in my mind. So it's a kind of a prayer also. May this always be shining in GR. May it always be shining in my mind whenever I think of you. Samsara Chakramayi Chakradhara Kriyaste, comma, Viryam Mahasura Ganosti Kulani Shailaha Nadyas Sarit Samudayas Taravascha Roma, comma, Jiyadidam Vapura Nirvacha. So that word you cannot break it easily. So you say the last word as pretty much one word. Vapura Nirvachaniyam Isha. Samsara Chakramai Chakradhara Kriyaste Vidyam Mahasuraghanosti Kulani Shailaha Nadya Sarit Samudayas Roma Jiyadidam Vapura Nirvachani Yamisha.
संसार चक्रमय चक्रधर क्रियास्ते वीर्यं महासुरगणौस्ति कुलानि शैलाः नाट्यसरिल् समुदयस्तरवश्च रोम जियादिदं वपुरनिर्वचनीयमीशा संसार चक्रम.
That last letter Isha, that no R.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Half sha, right?
Just a full sha only, but not a sha. Just
okay.
Nirvachani Yamisha.
Okay, thank you. Samsara Chakramay Chakradhara Kriyaste Viryam Mahasuraghanosti Kulani Shailaha Natyasari Samudaya Staravascha Roma Jiyadidam Vapuranarvajaniyamisha.
संसार चक्रमयि चक्रधर क्रियास्ते वीर्यं महासुरगणोऽस्ति कुलानि शैलाः नाड्यसरित् समुदयस्तरवश्च रोम जीयादिदं वपुर निर्वचनीयमीश. संसार चक्रमयि चक्रधर क्रियास्ते वीर्यं महासुरगणोऽस्ति कुलानि शैलाः नाड्यः सरित् समुदयस्तरवश्च रोमा जीयादिदं वपुर निर्वचनीयमीशा.
That's 10. Idrug jaganmaya vapustava karma bhajam karma vasana samaye smaraniyamahuhu tasyantaratma vapushe vimalatmanete vatalayadipanamostu nirundhirogan. Says this Virat form of yours, which we described, which we saw earlier, which is again a pure sattva form of yours, which has all the 14 worlds and everything inside of it. Says this should be remembered and chanted by everybody at the end of any karma bhajam, at the end of any rituals that you do. So that's why in temple at the end of when any event you do, we chant Purusha Suktam, because like I said, that is the same thing. Purusha Suktam is exactly this. It is just that is written it's there in the Vedas. This is written in Narayaneeyam. Bhagavatam also has a chapter, 2 chapters dedicated to that form, which is also describing the same thing. So he says this has to be chanted in 2 times. One of them is at the end of every karma bhajam, at the end of every karma or activity, which rituals that you do in your house or the temple, right? That's number 1. Number 2, it says the best time to chant it is at the time of your death. So at the time of your death, if you're thinking, what do I imagine? What do I think of, right? What do I pray? It says, imagine the form of the Lord, the Virat form of the Lord, because that is the form which is going to give you liberation at the time of your karma, when your karma is coming to an end. Now, of course, you will not remember that the blood vessels of the Lord are the rivers, the hair of the Lord is the trees. You will not remember all that, right? But you imagine in your own way all the 14 words. You imagine the form, and you can just Google Virat Purusha form. It will give you an image, right? Very simple. Or you just imagine the Lord standing, and then imagine that the entire world is part of him. And imagine that form. Says that will give you liberation at the time of your death as well, right? So Vatalayadipa, O Lord of Guruvayur, please eradicate all my ailments. So Idrug Jaganmaya Vapus Tava Karma Bhajam, Karma Vasana Samaye Smaraniyam Ahuhu Tasyanta Ratma Vapushe Vimalatmane Te, Vatalayadhipa Namostu Nirundi Rogan. Idra Jaganmaya Vapustava Karma Bhajam Karma Vasana Samaye Smaraniyamahuhu Tasyantaratma Vapushe Vimalatmane Te Vatalayadhipa Namostu Nirundi Rogan.
Idrik Jaganmaya Vapustava Karma Bhajam Karma Vasana Samaye Smaraniyamahu Tasyantaratma Vapushe Vimalatmane Te Vatalayatipa Namostu Nirundirogan. Idrik Jaganmaya Vapustava Karma Bhajam Karma Vasana Samaye Smaraniyamahuhu Tasyandaratma Vapushe Vimalatmane Te Vatalayatipa Namostu Nirundirogan.
Idrug Jaganmaya Vapustava Karma Bhajam Karma Vasana Samaye Smaraniyamahuhu Tasyantaratma Vapushe Vimalatmane Te Vatalayat Dipa Namostu Nirundhirogan. Idrug Jaganmaya Vapustava Karma Bhajam Karma Vasana Samaye Smaraniyamahuhu Tasyantaratma Vapushe Vimalatmane Te Vatalayadipa Namostu Nirundhirogan.
Parabrahmane Namaha. Okay. So we now continue in the process of creation. Like I said, up to Dashakam 10 is going to be all the creation and the universe and everything. And only then all the gods and devas and people are going to come, right? So all the other stories and incarnations will start only from 11, right? So 7 is Hiranya Garbha Utpatti Varnanam. So coming, Utpatti is to coming off or becoming or the origin of Hiranya Garbha. And we'll see who the Hiranya Garbha is. And then Vaikunta Swarupa Varnanam, so description of Vaikuntham, and then Bhagavat Swarupa Saksha, the form of the Lord also, which the Hiranyagarbha sees, right? So that is the number 7 here. So stanza 1. Evam, this is the 4-liner tune, right? Evam deva चतुर्दशात्मक जगत् रूपेण जातः पुनः तस्योर्ध्वं खलु सत्यलोकनिलये जातोऽसि धाता स्वयं यं शंसन्ति हिरण्यगर्भमखिल त्रैलोक्यजीवात्मकं यो भूत्स्फीतरजो विकार विकसन् नानासि सृक्षारसः. So far we saw how first the core attributes got formed, or the core materials were there. Then the Lord himself with his energy stitched those materials together, formed the Hiranya Andam, the egg, Brahmandam. Then he himself went and divided that into the 14 worlds. The 14 worlds came into existence. So right now only that is there. So now somebody has to start the process, right? The Lord cannot be doing everything. Like I said, he takes an incarnation as the Garbhodaya Shayi Vishnu, from whose Nabi we're going to see all that later coming. So he says, you yourself, or a portion of your energy itself, goes and becomes Hiranya Garbha, which is the Hiranya Garbha is the one who is the kind of the soul of all the living beings, right? That's Hiranya Garbha. That's one of the meanings of it. Now, who is this Hiranyagarbha? If depending on what you refer, there are different meanings for Hiranyagarbha, right? So one in this context, in Veda, if you go check Hiranyagarbha, it means it's Lord Narayana, because it says from Lord Narayana everybody came. So he's the Hiranyagarbha, he's the soul of everything, right? If you look at Aditya Hridayam, if you chant, Hiranyagarbha is the sun, because sun is the source of everything. So that word is little loosely used. In this context, Hiranyagarbha becomes Lord Brahma, because from Mahavishnu, from Narayana, Lord Brahma is going to come. And Lord Brahma itself, it says, is you. You yourself are taking a portion of your energy and becoming Lord Brahma. And then from Brahma, we're going to see everybody else who comes from Lord Brahma. So he's Hiranyagarbha in this case, right? So you yourself become Hiranyagarbha, and in the 14 worlds, the topmost world was Satyaloka, and you go situate yourself in Satyaloka as Hiranyagarbha. Now, the Lord is pure Sattva. Like I said, he does not have any desire or intention to do anything. Now, if this Brahma also does not have any desire or intention to do anything, then nothing is going to happen, right? So what happens is this Brahma suddenly had an upsurge of Rajoguna. He had a desire. He said, I have this desire to create. So he has to have the desire in him. If he doesn't have a desire, then he's not going to do anything. He's just going to be in a state of bliss like the Lord himself, right? So this Brahma, who is also you alone, suddenly had an upsurge of Rajoguna. So he wanted to now go begin the process of creation. He had that feeling in him. So evam deva, chatur dashatmaka jagat Rupena Jataha, put a F Jatah Punaha. So put a Visarga at the end of that line, Punaha. Next line will have a is, that is goes away. Tasyordhvam Kalu Satya Loka Nilaye, Jatosi Dhata Swayam. Evam Deva Chatur Dashatmaga Jagat Rupena Jatah Punaha. Tasyordhvam khalu satyaloka nilaye jatosi dhata swayam.
Evam deva chadurtashatmaka jagadrupena jata punaha tasyordhvam khalu satyaloka nilaye jatosi dhata swayam.
Rudraji, the first line after evam deva, there is a comma, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Evam deva chadurtashatmaga jagadrupena jata punaha tasyordhvam khalu satyaloka nilaye jato siddhata swayam.
Evam deva chaturdashat. Okay. Evam deva chaturdashatmaka jagadrupena jatah punaha tasyordhvam kalu satyaloka nilaye jatosi dhata swayam. Evam deva chaturdashatmaka jagadrupena jatah punaha tasyordhvam kalu satyaloka nilaye jatosi dhata swayam.
Yam shamsanti put a comma there. Hiranya Garbham Akhila, if you want to break it, Hiranya Garbham Akhila, Trailokya Jivatmakam, comma. This Trailokya, so the 14 words that we described sometimes are referred to as Trailokya, which means the bottom 7 words, Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Tala, Tala, Satala, Patala, are considered as one word, just for grouping it, categorizing it. Then the Bhuloka, that is considered as one word, and all the upper 6 words are considered as one word. So sometimes the word Trailokya is used, but it still means the 14 words. It's just 3 categories of it, right? So Hiranya Garbham Akhila Trailokya Jivatmakam. So all the jivas which are going to come in all the 14 worlds, the source is going to be Brahma, right? Comma. Yobhut Spita Rajo Vikara Vikasan Nanasi Sriksha. So that word is, the sentence is continuous, okay? Yam Shamsanti Hiranya Garbhamakila Trailokya Jivatmakam Yo Bhut Spita Rajo Vikara Vikasan Nanasi Sriksha.
Yam Shamsandi Hiranyagarbhamakila Trailokya Jivatmakam Yo Bhutspidarajo Vikara Vikasajnana Sisricharasaha. Yam Shamsandi Hiranyagarbhamakila Trailokya Jivatmakam Yo Bhutspidarajo Vikara Vigasannana Sisricharasaha.
Yam samshanti hiranyagarbhamakila-trailokyajīvātmakam yo bhūtspītarajo vikara vikasan nānāsisrukshaksharasah. Yam samsanti hiranyagarbhamakila-trailokyajīvātmakam yo bhūtspītarajo vikara vikasan Nānāsisrukshaksharasah.
The last word, Venkat Garu, Sisriksharasah.
Sriksharasah, okay.
That's it, yeah. Answer 2. Soyam Vishwa Visargadatta Hridayah Sampashyamana Swayam Bodham Kalvanavapya Vishwa Vishayam Chintakulastasdivan Tavatvam Jagatam Pate Tapatapetyevam hi Vaihayasim Vanim Enamashishravashruti Sukam Kurvam Stapah Preranam. So this is Brahma. Now he gets this upsurge of Rajoguna. So he has this desire to create. Now, there are a few, I'm going to quickly explain one concept of time, but that's going to come later. So I don't want to get into too much into the details of it. So we saw how the world got created, at least the structure of the Hiranya and the Brahmandam and everything. Then all the beings are going to come into it. There are 2 pralayams which happen. One of it is called as Naimittika Pralayam, which happens at the end of one day of Brahma. And we'll see all these details later. In the Naimittika Pralayam, what happens is all the beings which are in the 14 worlds, all of them go merged into Brahma, and Brahma then also goes and merges into the Lord. So there's no beings which are there in all the 14 worlds, and the bottom worlds are also destroyed. But the core attributes which exist, the Mahat, and all of that we saw, those still remain. So the ingredients still remain, right? But everything else is destroyed. That is the Naimittika Pralayam, which happens at the end of the first day of, or end of every day of Brahma. There is something called as a Prakritika Pralayam, which happens after 100 years of Brahma. And we'll see the specific timelines later. When that happens, even the core ingredients go away and they all merged into the Lord. And that kind of goes into how the creation, what we saw in Dasakam 5 happens, right? Everything starts from fresh, right? That happens after Prakritika Pralayam. So here it is talking about the first day of Brahma's first year after Prakritika Pralayam has happened. So after the world has happened, and now Brahma has come, right? And now it's his first day, first life, first year, first day of a Brahma, right? What does that Brahma do? That's the story that's going to happen here. Because later on, it's going to talk about what Brahma does in his first every day, which is going to be different, right? So here, this Brahma is now he has his intention to create, right? But he doesn't know how. So even we all feel, I wish I could do this, but we don't know how. So what Brahma always does, which is a lesson for us, is he always goes and meditates, right? He says, I don't know what to do. So I'm going to think of you and you're going to give me the answer, right? So he sits and meditates on the Lord. When he sits and meditates, he then hears this Vaiha Yasim. Vaiha Yasim is that which can be heard, but which cannot be seen, right? So we all know that. It's called as the Ashariri Vak. Means the one Vak, the sound which you're hearing without a Shariram, without a form, which means I cannot see it, but I'm able to hear it. So he's just hearing two words, which is Tapa, Tapa, which means do penance. That's what he hears. Brahma is confused what to do. See, he hears this word Tapa, Tapa, very pleasant voice which he hears. So he then, okay, you know what? So that's the instruction I'm getting. Right? And he looks around, he cannot see anything anyway. So he then starts doing penance. Soyam Vishwa Visarga Datta Hridayaha, comma, Sampashyamanaha, put is Sampashyamanas Swayam, comma, Bodham Kalvana Vapya Vishwa Vishayam, comma, Chintakulas Tastivan. Soyam Vishwa Visarga Datta Hridayah Sampashyamana Swayam Bodham Kalvana Vapya Vishwa Vishayam Chintakulas Tastivan.
Soyam Vishwavisargadatta Hridayah Sampashyamana Swayam Bodham Kalvanavapya Vishwavishayam Chintakulastasdivan. Soyam Vishwavisargadatta Hridayah Sampashyamana Swayam Bodham Kalvanavapya Vishwavishayam Chindakulastasdivan.
Soyam Vishwavisargadatta Hridayah Sampashyamanah Swayam Bodham Kalvanavapya Vishwavishayam Chintakulastasdivan.
Let me go to the first line, Sampashyamanaha, that you put the is to join. Sampashyamanas Swayam.
Soyam Vishwavisargadatta Hridayah Sampashyamana Swayam Bodham Kalvanavapya Vishwavishayam Chintakulastasdivan.
Tavatvam Jagatam Pate, comma, Tapa Tapetyevam. Tapa Tapa iti evam. That's three words there, but Tapa Tapetyevam Hi Vaihayasim, comma, Vanim Enam Ashishrava. If you can break into three words if you want. Vanim Enam Ashishravaha is there. Put the ish to join. Ashishravash Shruti Sukham, comma, Kurvams Tapaha. Put the F to join. Kurvams Tapah Preranam. There's one comma there after Shruti Sukham. Tavatvam Jagatam Pate Tapatapetyevam hi Vaihayasim Vani me namashishravashruti sukham kurvam stapah preranam.
Tavatvam jagatam pade tapatapetyevam hi vaihayasim vani me namashisravah shrudisukam kurvam stapah preranam.
The last line, kurvam, the short u, not kurvam stapah.
Kurvam.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tavatvam jagatam pade tabatapetyevam hi vaihayasim vani me namashisravashruti sukham kurvam stapah preranam.
At the end of Narayaneeyam, we'll all become expert in Sha, Sa, and all of that, right? And then what you do is, then you go back and go read Vishnu Sahasranamam after that. You'll see a huge difference. Because when most people chant Vishnu Sahasranam, we all learn it by hearing MS Subbalakshmi, right? We forget all the Visargas which are there and everything. Vishnu Sahasranam has got the most Visargas than any other scripture because it's all the male names of the Lord. Lalita Sahasranam is a female. Female names in Devi all ends with E or A. But, Vishnu Sahasranam, we go say, it will be all Shrida, Shrisa, Srinivasa, Srinidhi. You'll see all ish, sa, which everybody misses, right? So once you learn this and then you go look at Vishnu Sahasranam and say, oh my God, I've been missing all the sandhis there, right? I've been missing all the visargas completely, right? Anyway.
तावत्त्वं जगतां पते तपत्तपेत्येवं हि वैहायसीं वाणीमेन महिश्रवौ श्रुतिसुखां कुर्वन्तपः प्रेरणाम् तावत्त्वं जगतां पते तपत्तपेत्येवं हि वैहायसीं वाणीमेन महिश्रवौ श्रुतिसुखां कुर्वन्तपः प्रेरणाम्.
And that last word kurvams is a is sound there. Kurvams tapa. We'll do one more stanza and we'll stop today. Kosau mama vadat pumaniti jala purne jaganmandale dikshu dviksha kimapyanikshitavata vakyartamutpashyata divyam varsha sahasramatta tapasa tena tvamaradhitah tasmai darshitavanasi swanilayam Vaikunthamekadbhutam. So Brahma is now wondering, like I see absolutely nothing around me, right? But somehow I'm hearing this voice which said tapa tapa. So Kaha Asokman, who is this voice? Who is that person who is actually speaking to me? So he looks around and he doesn't see anything at all. So he's like, how can there be an intruder when I don't see anything but I'm hearing this voice, right? So anyway, so at one point it dawns on to him that maybe if I have come, there should be somebody who must have created me. So whoever must have created me is giving me instructions. Yes, at least that much logic, knowledge, right? So you're saying someone is giving me instructions. So and the instruction is for me to meditate. So he says, that's what I am going to do. So with that, Brahma then goes into a state of meditation. And here it says at the very end, you made Brahma do that meditation because Brahma has to then reach a level of maturity, because later on, Swanilayam, you show Brahma your place, which is Vaikuntham Ekadbhutam. You show him the great Vaikuntham, which Brahma is going to see later, which is going to come in the next set of stanzas, right? So that's why Brahma goes into a tapas. So, Kosau Mama Vadat Pumaniti, comma, Jala Purne Jagan Mandale, Dikshu Dvikshya Kimapya Nikshitavata. Kimapya Nikshitavata, that's one word, comma. Vakyartam utpashyata. Kosau mama vadat pumaniti jala purne jaganmandale dikshu dviksha kimapyanikshitavata vakyartam utpashyata.
Kosau mama vadat pumaniti jalapurne jaganmandale dikshu diksha kimapyanikshitavata vakyartamutpashyata. Kosau mama vadat pumaniti jalapurne jaganmandale dikshu kimapyanikshitavata vakyartamutpashyata.
कोऽसौ मामवद पुमानिति जलापूर्णे जगन्मण्डले दिक्षुद्वीक्ष्य किमप्यनीक्षितवता वाक्यार्धमुत्पश्यता कोऽसौ मामवदत् पुमानिति जलापूर्णे जगन्मण्डले दिक्षुद्वीक्ष्य किमप्यनीक्षितवता वाक्यार्थमुत्पश्यता.
Divyam varsha sahasram atha tapasa, comma, tena tvam aradhitaha. Put a visarga there. Tvam aradhitaha, comma. Next line, that is which is there in the first beginning, that goes away. Tasmai darshita vanasi swa nilayam, comma, vaikuntham ekadbhutam. Divyam varsha sahasramatta tapasa tena tvamaradhitah tasmai darshita vanasi swa nilayam vaikuntham ekadbhutam.
Divyam varsha sahasramatta tapasa tena tvamaradhitaha tasmai darshitavanasi swanilayam vaikuntamekadbhutam divyam varsha sahasra mattatabasa. Can I start again?
Yeah.
Divyam varsha sahasra mattatabasa tena tvamaratitāha tasmai darshitavanasi swanilayam vaikuntamekadbhutam.
दिव्यं वर्षसहस्रमात्ततपसा तेन त्वमाराधितः तस्मै दर्शितवानसि स्वनिलयं वैकुण्ठमेकाद्भुतम् दिव्यं वर्षसहस्रमात्ततपसा तेन त्वमाराधितः तस्मै दर्शितवानसि स्वनिलयं वैकुण्ठमेकाद्भुतम्.
Brahmane Namaha. Stop the class here. Next class we'll see what Brahma sees in Vaikuntham. Sandhvanandhavabodhatmakamanupamitam kaladeshavadibhyam nirmuktam nityamuktam nigamashatasahasrena nirbhasyamanam aspashtam drishtamatre punarurupurushartatmakam brahmatattvam tattavad bhati sakshat gurupavanapure hanta bhagyam jananam कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Just one quick update. So next weekend we are having a Sampurnarayanam Parayanam in St. Louis. So I'm going to be gone for that. A bunch of us are going from Chicago. So we won't have what I'm thinking is, since we completed about 6, right? If you all want, you all can take turns chanting, practice, having a session for 1 hour. Okay, I think we typically about 12 people, 13 people join, right? So each of you can take 2 chapters. I'll post it in the group. Okay, so 1 to 6 and then again 1 to 6, right? So you pick 2 chapters or 1 each, whatever, right? How many people are there? And then just get on the Zoom. You'll be able to join the Zoom, right? One of you do the Dhyana Slokam. And then you take turns. So for example, if Anita is doing the first chapter, Anita, you do the first chapter, everybody is on mute, you chant the first one, then you go on mute, then maybe Reti ji, you do the second one, right? You kind of do a full practice, right? That might be the best way. So we won't have the class, but you can have a practice session next week, okay? I'll post it in the group also. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Rajesh, will you assign a chapter for each one of us, Rajesh? That would be helpful.
Yeah, what I see, I don't know how many, I don't know if anybody has conflict. So what I typically do is I just put it in the WhatsApp group, or if it's a lot of chapters, I normally do it in Excel. But what I'll do is I'll just put a message in the group. After I put a message in the group, you all just pick whichever chapter you want.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Rakesh.
Namaskar.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Bye, everyone.
Best